Hi. Okay, so today we're going to have a little look at the Pheonix 1.0 tattoo grip from Inkclaw Tattoo Supply. We're going to go over some concerns to keep it sterilised. It's easy if you take the time and you know how. So we're just going to get this set up here and have a little look at it. Comes with a little leaflet in your language talking about how it works and all the safety precautions that it's got. There's a choice of 3 cables, your RCA, your DC or clip cord. And this is a little look at the unit. So you've got a copper vice grip, magnetic connection, and to turn it on, just hold, it'll turn on there. You've got the adjustable up and down for the voltage. So if we go and set that, we'll set that to 5. That's what I tend to run my machine on. So this is really ideal for people that don't really want to get away from the traditional rotary tattoo machines, but they like the idea of wireless and don't really want to transfer over to the pen machines. So they're on the right tracks with this. Like I say, what a lot of people are worrying about is how do you keep it sterile? Because with this, you can only use needle tips rather than the full-length needle tubes. For whatever reason, I'm not quite sure. It takes a USB-C to charge. I believe it charges in about 90 minutes and it lasts for about 3 to 4 hours. So it comes with a cable as well. We'll just set that up now. So I want to show you how to set this up nice and safely. So what we'll do is we'll pop some gloves on. Obviously for demonstration purposes, I would have already put my gloves on before picking it up. But what I've got here are, they're almost like little finger covers. So they're effectively what you would get on a glove, okay? So what we'll do is we'll unravel that. And you can take a little look at that. And what this is, it will create a barrier over the grip, and that's one line of obviously you being able to keep it nice and sterile and safe for your clients. So if you just take one, unravel it slightly, give it a little pinch. Right, so just snip the end off of one of these, just like that. Try and do it as cleanly as possible because obviously once you make a cut in something like this, they can split quite easily if you pull in the wrong direction. But pinch it onto one side like this, grab the edge and carefully work it round, stretching it over. Can be a bit fiddly to begin with, but as long as you're careful, this is going to create a nice barrier over your grip, and then you can just roll that down. What you might find at first, it looks nice and clean, rather than loads and loads of like cling film over your grip. But if you give it a nice stretch and you pull it down, bring all that up, just be gentle with it. So with one of these things, obviously if the sterilisation is quite difficult with it, it's well worth you taking the time to set it up anyway. Same goes for obviously when you clean down, but you might be able to see that through there. You can see your voltage perfectly well, and you can adjust that according to obviously your machine and the speed that you want it to run at. Okay, so then what you would do, if you open up your tube tip, pop this back on. Just have to watch that it doesn't catch as well. Obviously you ain't going to be able to screw your vice down if it catches, so pull that down, get that nice and out of the way, just like that, perfectly fine. And then that should go on nice and easy like that. So if you get your tube tip, just push that in there. I tend to have the grip slightly off from the direction of the tube, so then I can tighten it down, and when you're working, it's just here. If you want to adjust it, you turn, okay? You can always adjust it once you've put your machine on and whatnot. So what we'll do is, if you get your machine, just set that up quickly for you. Push that in just like that. Tighten it down. Grommet. Get your needle. Sure, I don't need to walk you guys through this bit. You can adjust your depth and everything exactly the same as you would with any other tattoo grip or needle setup. I tend to run mine slightly over anyway, just based on the machine. I tend to use slightly smaller tubes as well to help with spitting with the down cubing machines. 2 rubber bands set up just like this. Get that to catch. Cool. Right, so that's that part of it sorted. Also, a feature with this as well, if there's no power going to it, it will turn off to save power. And you just take your cable, clip that on. I run around the back of the machine so that when you're working, it's nice and out of the way. A little area of improvement for obviously, say, Inkclaw, when they're designing the clip cord, if they could give the positive and the negative, make that a bit more apparent, that would be a lot more effective for people working nice and quickly. But check your depth, make sure your needle's all lined up, turn it on. Give that a pinch. I must have just made it all slip down just a little bit. And then you just press start. And it works perfectly fine. Turn it, adjust the voltage, and then you're good to go. So breaking this down, take that off, take your cord off. Your machine is obviously your business. You take care of that how you please, and obviously clean. Down cubing machines, they are obviously quite a lot of moving parts, so it does take a little bit of time to clean them, but they're a great machine. So if I pop that to one side, and then we'll get onto this. Now, a lot of people talk about when you remove the needle, it has to go through the center of it. That's perfectly true, but you are going to be cleaning the inside of this thoroughly. If you're not cleaning the inside of this thoroughly, there's no point in you using it at all. So none of this snipping it off, just take it out, pop it in your sterilising bin, and then the rest is just for you to carry on with. Unscrew this just like you would, again, in the bin. This can come straight off. You can give this a clean with alcohol, wire brush, and then obviously it must go into an ultrasound or an ultraclave to make sure it's sterilised thoroughly, being that this is one of the main parts that you'll be touching while tattooing. With this, just pull it off. There we go. And then you can pop that in your bin and whatnot. So what I'll get onto now is obviously the viricide that you should use and everything to do with that. So regarding the viricide, what I like to use is Melisoptol Rapid. It's great. It is a hospital grade, a disinfectant, viricide, effective against bacteria, fungi, enveloped in viruses including HPV, HCV and HIV. I'll put an on-screen thing here explaining times and that on how long it takes to clean everything. Okay, so all you need to get for cleaning this, a little plastic cup, get your Melisoptol Rapid and just pour just a little bit. You don't need a great deal. Now what I've seen when people have been cleaning this wireless grip is that they're cleaning the outside first with an alcohol wipe. Granted, they do it again at the end. There's no point. You may as well do the inside, get that clean, and then do the outside, because whatever you are touching is only going to contaminate it while you're actually trying to clean it. So if you get that, I've seen if you use normal cotton buds, they don't fill out the inside and you don't get full coverage on the inside, so you're not going to be cleaning it as thoroughly as you might hope. So if you go and get the baby cotton buds, but they have the widened end, let's just open that here for you. I'll just show and explain it to you if I get a couple out. So that's a standard cotton bud, and that's the baby one, as you can see, slightly wider, so that when it comes to cleaning it, it gets a nice snug fit with the inside. And you can clean that, and that's going to do a great job on the inside of that. Okay, so if I put that to one side, move all that away. Okay, so when using the baby ones, what you have to find as well is when you're cleaning this, there's a ridge on the inside that allows room for that tube tip to go in. When you're cleaning, give this a good soak, push it in, but don't push it all the way through. Just clean half of it, okay? Get that all nice and soaked in there. And then that'll be good for you. What you will do is, if you then grab the other side, pull it round, give that a clean on the inside of here as well. Make sure you get off any gunk and any ink spatters that you might have going up on the inside of here. And then clean that out thoroughly, okay? So if you allow that to then do its job and sterilise everything thoroughly, what you can then go on to is, if you get some paper towels and some more of that Melisoptol Rapid, spray a bit on there and then give a clean on the outside as well, and then you're all good to go. So for the purposes of this, I'll use this here. Pour a little bit onto a tissue. And then just give a good wipe down on the outside. Try not to saturate it too much around the digital display, but just make sure you have given it a good go over and it is going to be sterile. Clean that. When it comes to your cable, give it a good pinch and squeeze and make sure you get any of the gunk that's on there off there, okay? And then give that a clean. If you allow that to dry, get your cable and do the exact same thing with that, cleaning it down with the Melisoptol, making sure it's all sterilised and ready for the next time. That goes in the ultraclave, and other than that, that's everything for the sterilisation. Thanks for watching.